This is your number one baby daddy, MrNoGood of MrNoGood.com, coming in the middle of the day. I know a lot of y'all at work, but I just had to say something. And I'm gonna have to say more stuff so I can catch this algorithm. So I gotta put more videos up. So I gotta talk more. I'm still gonna put stuff in the Patreon. Hit that up. You can still hit me up at 330-536-3706, which is right above. Any videos you want to watch, go to MrNoGood.com. You want to get lit, you want to get links to Patreon, whatever. Phone, get access, color, can't remember my phone number, go to MrNoGood.com. Everything's on there. Now, this is what we're going to talk about today. This dude right here. Some dude, forget what his name is already, Ibram X Kendi. Now, as you know, Trump made a Supreme Court nomination. The Supreme Court nomination was this woman, Judge Amy Coney. I don't know anything about her. I haven't done any research on anything like that. I have no idea what her politics are. I don't know. But that's not what I'm here for right now. All that aside, anytime there's a Supreme Court nominee, whether it's Republican or Democrat, they have to try to find some kind of dirt. Clarence Thomas, and what's her name, that was saying she was messing with him. The last one, Cavenger or Kavanaugh, as soon as they nominated him, boom. All these women came out the woodwork and people slamming on the doors talking about, we believe survivors. This woman is young, married, and apparently doesn't have anything else on her, because this is really stretching it. I just got to say about what's going on with this Negro. So this woman decided to adopt. She has 1, 2, 3, 4, 5 cracklings that she's already done made. She popped out 5 cracklings out her vagina. They decide to adopt 1, 2 Haitian black kids, black African children from the motherland of Africa. These kids look well fed. They look well dressed. They look happy. They smiling just as big as everybody in this picture. Everybody. They doing just fine. And here comes a Negro. Now, let me say, I don't care. I'm not talking about politics or who nominate them, whatever. I'm talking about this right here with these kids. Here comes this Negro saying some white colonizers adopted black children. They civilized these savage children in the superior ways of white people, while using them as props in their lifelong pictures of denial, while cutting the biological parents of these children out of the picture of humanity. What kind of dumb shit is that? These people are colonizers now. This family that wanted to adopt some black kids, when these black kids are floundering in the foster care system and the adoption system right now. And I just told y'all about in the last podcast of how about my mama tried to get a brother or sister for me, but at the time they said that she couldn't adopt one because she was a single mom. So there's black children, American, Jamaican, Haitian, whatever, Asian. Well, I'm not talking about them. I'm talking about black folks floundering in the system right now. These people want to adopt some kids, and all of a sudden they're using them as props. Said President Trump's Supreme Court nominee was accused of being a racist white colonizer for adopting 2 black children from Haiti and using them as props while cutting the biological parents out of the picture of humanity. The controversial charge was leveled at Judge Amy Coney Barrett, seen left with her 5 cracklings and 2 adopted niglets on Saturday by Ibram X. Kendi on the right. No, he's on the left. They made that wrong. A history and race professor who is also the founder and director of Boston University's Center for Anti-Racist Research. Some white colonizers adopted black children, Kendi wrote on a Twitter post. They civilized these savage children in the superior ways of white people. Now, do you really think... Hey, what's going on, Nathan? No, I'm just happen to do this in the middle of the day. I just got to get more videos up. Now, do you think these white people, this white family right here, decided to adopt some black kids from Haiti, feed them, clothe them, house them, give them love, put these big smiles on their face, the same smiles of they white kids, because she wanted to use them as props in hopes that Justice Ginsburg died before the next election? What kind of bullshit is that? You have to watch it. You have to watch this bullshit. Look at this nigga right here. Where your kids at? Where's your adopted kids? Nonetheless, where your kids that came out of your own sack? This nigga has a book called How to Be an Anti-Racist. Now let's look at the bio. He's a New York Times best-selling author. He's the Andrew W. Mellon Professor in the Humanities and the founding director of the Boston University Center for Anti-Racist Research. Contributor at the Atlantic and a CBS News correspondent. He is a 2021 Francis Cashin Fellow at the Radcliffe Institute for the Advanced Study at Harvard University. In 2020, Time magazine named him one of the 100 most influential people in the world. He's the author of the Black Campus Movement, won the W.E.B. Du Bois Book Prize, and stamped from the beginning the definitive history of racist ideas in America, which won this and that. He's the author of 3 #1 New York Times bestsellers, How to Be an Anti-Racist, stamped Anti-Racism in You, an anti-racist baby. He's published 14 academic essays and books in academic journals, including blah, 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 blah. He strives to be a hardcore anti-racist and softcore vegan. He enjoys joking it up with friends and family, partaking in African American culture, weightlifting, reading provocative books, blah, 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 blah. In 2013, he's changed his middle name from Henry to Zolani, and blah, 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 blah. He was born to parents in the Black Power movement, and blah, 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 blah. Working as a journalist at Virginia Pilot, blah, blah, blah. Visiting professor at Brown University, and blah, 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 blah. What the fuck does that mean? Where your kids at? Where your family at? What have you been through? What children have you mentored, taken in, done anything for, except write books and hit the circuit talking about some bullshit? And I can say it because you know what? I got this right here. Right here, baby. Hold on. This degree from Howard University. And nigga, this is the ultimate blue-black card. Nigga, I got authority to say anything when you got a degree from the Mecca of black education. This is what I got right here, nigga. I've been there, been through it, done that. Been around all the scholars, had access to the libraries and used it. This right here, nigga, makes me say that I can say whatever the fuck I want, and I'm saying you're an idiot. If you want to attack her policies, attack her policies. But don't sit up here and worry about when you not gonna do shit yourself. Worry about some other black kids that are feeling nice and enjoying their life. Enjoying their life. What that got to do with your lonely ass? Go write another book. Now, I'm going to talk one more thing. This is another one. An adoption that went the wrong way. Well, black people adopted another black person. Popular high school football coach is shot dead in his home with his own handgun by his 15-year-old nephew, who then robbed him of $7,000 in cash. So what happened was, this 46-year-old man took in Charles Alexander, who was 15. He was considered Smith's nephew and was invited to stay at his home. Police say they found $7,000 of Smith's cash inside Alexander's black bag. Alexander's mother called police on Wednesday and said her son confessed. He was brought before juvenile court on Friday and will be charged as an adult. He's the son of Lamar Alexander, 41, an ex-con killed last November. Alexander and Ronnie Jerome Hill, 41, died in a shootout with police. They robbed a jewelry store, carjacked a UPS truck, and led cops on a chase. The UPS truck driver and another motorist were killed in the shootout, caught on TV. Y'all remember that? There's a boy. Doesn't look too bright. Had all the wrong DNA mixed in his body. So it wasn't all his fault. Maybe it wasn't even his daddy's fault. Shot this dude for $7,000 who took him in. What if he was using him as a prop? This nigga look well fed too. He got plenty of extra fat on his face. Hair nice and healthy and growing out. Man took him in. But because he's black, he's not using him as a prop, and he's not a colonizer. This is just a regular old black dude. 3 years younger than me. I'm 49. I know I look younger and better than he did, but that's few and far between. Head football coach. But he took him in with the goodness of his heart and died for it. And now you're going to blame these white folks. Just because she happens to be the Supreme Court nominee. Now you're going to down this woman and this family for taking in some Haitian refugees. Now, which is it? Are you allowed to have immigrants come in here and be undocumented and work? Or are you allowed to allow immigrants to come in here and get adopted by white families? You gotta make a choice. Want to let Mexicans come in here and do whatever they want? Not have no documentation, get driver's license, get health insurance, get whatever they can get welfare, housing, free education, and you gonna clown some white people because they took in 2 beautiful black children. Long before Justice Ginsburg died, long before she was even thinking about being a Supreme Court nominee. Somebody got to call out this ignorance, and I guess it's gonna be me, because this is bullshit. I want to be a foster kid. I probably ain't gonna do it because I figure I'm gonna move to Africa. I told that in the last podcast. In years to come, I'm gonna be in Africa or somewhere gone. And I can pop out all the nigglets I want down there with as many wives as I want. That's what I'm gonna do. Ain't no reason to stay up here. That's all I wanted to talk about. Make sure to hit my Patreon, hit the Cash App, hit whatever you want to hit. The links will be in the description, and the links will be on MrNoGood.com. However you want to support me, but I would like for you to just pledge $5 on the Patreon. You can hear all my old stuff. You can get exclusive videos and podcasts on there. And you'll get all the audio podcasts that I do here on there, so you can listen to them when you're at work, stream them at work, do whatever you want to do without having to keep the YouTube window open. And that's it for today. Hit me up at 330-536-3706. And this is your number one baby daddy, Mr. No Good, and MrNoGood.com.